Barry Sanders is not just a legend in the NFL. His college career at Oklahoma State was extraordinary. With a stunning 2,628 rushing yards in a single season, his record is a benchmark for all running backs. But there's another running back in the Mountain West who has been terrorizing the competition. That man is Boise State's star, Ashton Jeanty, and he has his eyes set on Barry Sanders' record. But could he actually beat it? Let's talk a little bit more about Barry Sanders' incredible record-breaking season. In that 88 season, he rushed for those 2,628 yards in just 11 games. He averaged 238.9 yards per game. That record has stood for over 3 decades, a testament to his incredible talent. An interesting note about this record is that bowl games were not counted to stats back in the day. So Barry technically should have around 2,800 yards and 42 touchdowns, since in the Holiday Bowl that year he rushed for over 200 yards and 5 touchdowns. But since that was not counted, it gives Jeanty a bit of a leg up. There was one other time a decade ago that Barry's rushing record was challenged. In 2014, Melvin Gordon rushed for 2,587 yards and 29 touchdowns, but it was in 14 games. Regardless of that, still an impressive season from Gordon, but with even 3 extra games, he still came up just short. Now on to Ashton Jeanty. A lot of people are just finding out about this guy for the first time, but he has been a dog since he got to Boise State. Last season, he was Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year, with 1,347 yards and 14 touchdowns on 6.1 yards per carry. But this season, he's garnered the attention of every single person who watches any form of football. Through 6 games, which is really 5 because he's only played half of 2 games, he's rushed for 1,248 yards and 17 touchdowns with an average yards per carry of 9.9. Yes, that is not a typo. 9.9 yards per carry. A lot of people want to scrutinize this because he plays in a weak conference, but he rushed for 192 yards and 3 scores against Oregon, who is now the number 2 team in the country. Jeanty and Boise State have 6 games remaining on their schedule, but it could possibly end up being more than that, considering the possibility of a bowl game and Boise State making the college football playoff. This worked in Jeanty's favor, and while he may have more games to surpass Barry's record, he will more than likely do it in less attempts. Sanders rushed the ball 344 times in his record-breaking season. So far this season, Jeanty has carried the ball 126 times. That averages out to about 21 carries per game. In Barry's record-breaking season, he averaged about 32 carries per game, a significant uptick. Now, what would Jeanty need to do in order to break this record? If, perchance, the Broncos were only to have 6 games remaining on their schedule, Jeanty would need to average 230 yards per game and around 3 touchdowns to break the record. His current average is 208 yards per game, but if we just take the games he's played in full, his average per game is 234 yards, which is on pace to break the record. Based on this average, he would have anywhere between 255 to 270 carries when the season is all said and done. But what do you think? Does he have a real shot at taking Barry's 36-year-old record? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.